Think a BMW can't last a million miles? German engineers would disagree. While most people see BMWs as high-maintenance garage queens, the reality is different. With the right maintenance knowledge, the kind German technicians actually use, your BMW's engine can outlast almost anything on the road. No luck required, just precision, timing, and a few secrets most American owners never learn. In this video, I'm walking you through 15 German maintenance secrets that can push your BMW past the million-mile mark. These aren't guesses or YouTube myths. They're real techniques used in German workshops and backed by decades of high-mileage BMW ownership data. And if you stick around to the end, I'll share the one trick German mechanics use to extend engine life by 30% without spending a single extra dollar. But first, if you want to keep your BMW running strong for the long haul, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started. Let's dive in. Secret number 1, the 5,000-mile rule BMW doesn't advertise. First up, oil change intervals. BMW's official maintenance schedule says 10,000 miles or even 15,000 miles between changes, depending on your model and year. Sounds convenient, right? But here's what German workshops actually do. They change oil every 5,000 miles, sometimes sooner. Why the difference? BMW's official intervals are designed to get you through the warranty period with minimal service visits. They're optimized for cost and convenience, not longevity. But if your goal is a million miles, those long intervals will destroy your engine long before you get there. High-performance engines generate more heat, more combustion byproducts, and more wear. The oil breaks down faster than BMW admits. German technicians see this every day. They've torn down engines with 200,000 miles that followed the book and found sludge, varnish, and worn bearings. Then they've seen engines with 400,000 miles that got oil every 5,000 and found clean internals that looked nearly new. The rule is simple: 5,000 miles or 6 months, whichever comes first. Use full synthetic oil that meets BMW's long life specifications. Brands like Liqui Moly, Castrol Edge, or Motul 1 European car formula. And always replace the filter with every change. A $10 filter can save a $10,000 engine. Secret number 2, cooling system maintenance every 40,000 miles. Next up is your cooling system. BMW engines run hot by design. Higher compression, tighter tolerances, more power per litre than most competitors. That means cooling is critical, and unlike some manufacturers, BMW uses plastic components throughout the system. Plastic expansion tanks, plastic thermostat housings, even plastic water pump impellers on some models. German workshops don't wait for these parts to fail. They replace them preventively. The cooling system gets a full service every 40,000 miles. Coolant flush, new thermostat, expansion tank inspection, and hose checks. High-mileage BMWs often get the water pump replaced every 80,000 to 100,000 miles, even if it's still working. Why so aggressive? Because when a cooling component fails on a BMW, it fails catastrophically. A cracked expansion tank can dump all your coolant in seconds. A seized water pump can overheat the engine before the warning light even comes on. And overheating a modern BMW engine, especially the N54, N55 or B58, can warp the aluminum head, blow the head gasket, or crack the block. You're looking at $5,000 to $10,000 in damage from a $50 part. Use only BMW-approved coolant or high-quality German alternatives. The blue coolant is not interchangeable with the older green stuff. Mix them and you'll get sludge that clogs the system. Flush completely, bleed properly, and inspect every hose and clamp while you're in there. Secret number 3, transmission fluid, the 50,000-mile truth. Here's where things get controversial. BMW markets many of their transmissions as lifetime fill, meaning the fluid never needs changing. German mechanics laugh at this. There's no such thing as lifetime fluid in a high-performance gearbox. The ZF 8-speed automatic, one of the best transmissions ever made, still needs fresh fluid. So does the older 6-speed auto and the DCT in M cars. The lifetime claim is a marketing decision, not an engineering one. It keeps maintenance costs low on paper and gets cars through the lease period without issue. But if you want 1,000,000 miles, you need to ignore that advice completely. Change your transmission fluid every 50,000 miles. Use only ZF Lifeguard fluid or BMW approved alternatives. Never universal ATF. The difference in formulation matters. Wrong fluid leads to harsh shifts, clutch slip, and valve body damage. A drain and fill costs about $150 in materials. A new ZF transmission costs over $5,000. And if you're hitting that subscribe button right now, you're already ahead of most BMW owners. These next tips get even more specific, so stay tuned. Secret number 4, carbon cleaning for direct injection engines. Most modern BMWs use direct fuel injection. It's more efficient, makes more power, and meets stricter emission standards. But it has one major flaw: carbon buildup on the intake valves. In a port-injected engine, fuel sprays over the valves and keeps them clean. In a direct injection engine, fuel sprays directly into the cylinder. Nothing touches the valves. Over time, oil vapor from the crankcase ventilation system coats the valves with carbon. Thick, hard, baked-on carbon. It restricts airflow, causes misfires, rough idle, hesitation, and loss of power. German workshops walnut blast the intake valves every 60,000 to 80,000 miles. It's a preventive service, not a repair. The process uses crushed walnut shells, soft enough not to damage aluminum, hard enough to remove carbon, blasted through the intake ports with the valves closed. Takes about 2 hours and costs $400 to $600 at a shop. DIY is possible if you have the equipment and patience. Skip this and you'll eventually need it anyway, except by then, the buildup is so severe it affects drivability. I've seen N55 and B58 engines with carbon so thick the valves barely opened. Cleaning restored 20 horsepower and fixed a check engine light that had been on for months. Secret number 5, ignition system replacement every 60,000 miles. BMW's ignition systems are strong, but they are not invincible. Spark plugs, ignition coils, and boots wear out, and when they do, misfires start. Misfires dump unburned fuel into the exhaust, which can damage the catalytic converters. A $200 maintenance item becomes a $3,000 repair. German best practice: replace spark plugs and inspect coils every 60,000 miles. If a coil looks cracked, oily, or corroded, replace it. Don't wait for a misfire code. Use OEM, NGK, or Bosch plugs, the exact part number specified for your engine. Aftermarket plugs might fit, but they don't always perform the same. Gap and heat range matter in high compression engines. And here's the part most people forget: use dielectric grease on the coil boots. It prevents moisture intrusion and makes future removal easier. A small tube costs $5 and lasts years. Skipping it means corroded connections and stuck boots that tear during removal. Secret number 6, differential and transfer case fluid. If you drive a BMW with X-Drive, rear-wheel drive, or MX drive, you have differentials that need service. The fluid inside breaks down from heat and collects metal shavings from normal gear wear. BMW says the fluid is lifetime. German mechanics say change it every 50,000 miles. Sooner if you drive hard or track the car. Dirty differential fluid causes whining noises, vibration, and eventual gear failure. A diff rebuild costs thousands. A fluid change costs under $100 in materials and takes about an hour. The math is simple. Use the correct spec fluid, usually 75W90 synthetic with the right additives. BMW differentials are sensitive to fluid viscosity. Too thick and you get sluggish shifts in cold weather. Too thin and you get accelerated wear. Stick with OEM fluid or proven brands like Redline, Motul, or Liqui Moly. For X-Drive models, don't forget the transfer case. It has its own fluid and its own service interval, usually every 50,000 miles as well. Ignoring it leads to binding, clunking, and expensive replacements. Secret number 7, the VANOS system needs attention. VANOS is BMW's variable valve timing system. It adjusts camshaft position to optimize power and efficiency across the RPM range. It's brilliant engineering, but it's also sensitive to oil quality and condition. Dirty oil clogs the VANOS solenoids. Clogged solenoids cause rough idle, loss of power, rattling at startup, and check engine lights. German workshops clean or replace VANOS solenoids every 100,000 miles as preventive maintenance. They also inspect the VANOS seals, small rubber rings inside the system that wear over time. Worn seals cause oil leaks and erratic valve timing. Replacing them requires removing the valve cover and timing components, so it's not a quick job. But doing it proactively prevents catastrophic timing issues later. Signs your VANOS needs attention: cold start rattle that lasts more than 2 seconds, hesitation during acceleration, rough idle, or fault codes related to camshaft position. Catch it early and repairs are manageable. Wait too long and you risk internal engine damage. Secret number 8. Fuel system cleaning every 30,000 miles. BMW fuel injectors are precise, measured in microns. They spray fuel in a specific pattern at high pressure to maximize combustion efficiency. Over time, carbon and varnish deposits build up inside the injector tips. Spray pattern degrades. Fuel delivery becomes uneven. You get rough running, poor fuel economy, and misfires. German service schedules include fuel system cleaning every 30,000 miles. Not the cheap bottle additives you pour in the tank, professional cleaning using equipment that pressurizes cleaner through the fuel rail. It dissolves deposits and restores proper flow. Costs about $150 to $200 at a shop. And it works. High-mileage BMWs also benefit from injector replacement around 150,000 to 200,000 miles, especially on direct injection engines. Injectors wear internally, seals deteriorate, spray tips erode. New injectors restore factory performance and eliminate hesitation. Yes, it's expensive, about $100 to $150 per injector, and most engines have 4 or 6. But it's cheaper than replacing catalytic converters damaged by misfires. Secret number 9. Suspension bushings are consumables. Here's something most BMW owners don't realize. Bushings wear out. Control arm bushings, sub-frame bushings, differential mounts, engine mounts. They're all rubber or polyurethane, and they all degrade with time and mileage. German workshops inspect bushings every 50,000 miles and replace them as needed. Worn bushings cause clunking, poor handling, uneven tyre wear, and vibration. They also stress other suspension components, leading to premature failure of ball joints, tie rods, and wheel bearings. The typical BMW needs control arm bushings replaced around 80,000 to 120,000 miles. Subframe bushings last longer, usually 150,000 to 200,000 miles, but they're critical. Torn subframe bushings let the rear suspension move under load, causing clunking and unpredictable handling. M cars and X-Drive models wear bushings faster due to increased loads. Use OEM bushings or high-quality aftermarket parts like Lemforder or Mahle. Cheap bushings fail quickly and don't provide the same feel. And if you're doing bushings, get an alignment afterward. Worn bushings throw off suspension geometry. New ones restore it. Secret number 10. The brake fluid 24-month rule. Brake fluid is hygroscopic. It absorbs moisture from the air. Over time, water content increases, which lowers the boiling point and causes internal corrosion in the ABS module, calipers, and brake lines. Low boiling point means brake fade under hard use. Corrosion means expensive component failures. BMW officially recommends brake fluid replacement every 2 years. German workshops follow this religiously. DOT4. Low viscosity fluid is standard on most BMWs. Never substitute DOT3 or DOT5. The difference in boiling point and viscosity affects ABS performance and brake feel. Flushing brake fluid takes about an hour with the right equipment. Fresh fluid is clear to light amber. Dark or murky fluid is overdue. If you track your BMW or drive in mountains, consider annual flushes. Hard braking generates more heat, which accelerates fluid degradation. A brake fluid flush costs $100 to $150 at a shop, or about $30 DIY if you have a pressure bleeder. An ABS module replacement costs over $1,500. Easy choice. Secret number 11. Battery registration and coding. This one surprises most people. When you replace a BMW battery, you need to register it with the car's computer. BMW uses intelligent battery management. The system monitors battery health and adjusts charging based on age, capacity, and condition. Install a new battery without registration and the car continues charging it like the old one. That means undercharging or overcharging, both of which shorten battery life dramatically. German workshops register every battery replacement using dealer-level software. It takes 2 minutes and ensures the charging system adapts correctly. Skip it and your new $200 battery might only last 2 years instead of 5. BMW batteries typically last 4 to 6 years, but short trip driving and cold climates reduce that. Test your battery annually with a proper load tester, not just a voltage check. Anything below 12.4 volts at rest means it's weak. Replace it before it leaves you stranded. Secret number 12. Engine and transmission mounts matter. Mounts are rubber and metal components that isolate engine vibration from the chassis. They wear out usually between 80,000 and 120,000 miles, and when they do, you get increased vibration, clunking during acceleration, and excessive engine movement under load. German best practice is to inspect mounts every 60,000 miles and replace them when torn or collapsed. Worn mounts stress driveline components, cause exhaust leaks from flexing, and make the car feel harsh and unrefined. They also accelerate wear on other mounts because the load gets distributed unevenly. Replacing mounts isn't glamorous work, but it transforms how the car drives. A 15-year-old BMW with fresh mounts feels tight and solid again. Cost varies by model, usually $300 to $800 depending on how many mounts need replacing. Secret number 13. Use premium fuel without exception. BMW engines are designed for premium fuel, 91 octane minimum, 93 preferred. The engine computer relies on higher octane to prevent knocking and maximize timing advance. Run regular fuel and the knock sensors pull timing back to protect the engine. You lose power, efficiency, and responsiveness. Some owners think they're saving money using regular fuel. They're not. Lower octane means worse fuel economy, which offsets the price difference. It also means more carbon buildup, higher combustion temperatures, and accelerated wear on pistons and valves. German workshops see engines that ran regular fuel their whole lives. They're full of carbon, have damaged valve seats, and need repairs 50,000 miles sooner than engines fed premium. Use the fuel your engine was designed for. No exceptions, no compromises. Secret number 14. Annual underbody inspection. Salt, road grime, and moisture attack your BMW's underside year-round. Rust develops in hidden areas: subframes, suspension mounting points, brake lines, and exhaust hangers. By the time it's visible from above, the damage is already severe. German inspection standards require annual underbody checks. Get your BMW on a lift once a year and inspect everything. Look for rust, fluid leaks, damaged heat shields, worn bushings, and cracked exhaust components. Clean off accumulated grime and apply rust protection to vulnerable areas. Fluid film or similar products work well. They creep into seams and displace moisture. Catching rust early means a $50 repair instead of a $1,500 subframe replacement. Catching a small oil leak means tightening a drain plug instead of cleaning a filthy engine bay. Prevention is cheap, neglect is expensive. Secret number 15. Keep detailed service records. The final secret isn't mechanical, it's organizational. German car culture emphasizes documentation. Every service, every repair, every fluid change gets logged. Date, mileage, parts used, and work performed. Why does this matter for longevity? Because patterns emerge. You notice when a component fails earlier than expected. You see which maintenance prevents problems and which doesn't. You avoid duplicate work because you know exactly what's been done. And when something goes wrong, you have data to diagnose it faster. Use a notebook, spreadsheet, or app, doesn't matter. Just track everything consistently. Include receipts and part numbers. Note any unusual symptoms even if they go away. Years later, this information becomes invaluable for troubleshooting and proving maintenance history if you sell the car. High-mileage BMW owners all have one thing in common: detailed records. They know their car's history completely. They catch patterns early. They make informed decisions based on data, not guesses. So there you have it. 15 German maintenance secrets that can push your BMW past 1,000,000 miles. None of this is magic. It's precision, consistency, and respecting the engineering that went into these cars. Follow these intervals, use quality parts, and your BMW will reward you with reliability most people think is impossible. And before you go, here's that bonus trick I promised: the 30% longevity boost without spending extra money. It's not a part or fluid, it's a habit. Warm up your engine properly. For the first 5 minutes of every drive, keep RPMs below 3,000 and avoid hard acceleration. Let the oil reach operating temperature and circulate through every bearing and journal. Cold engines wear exponentially faster than warm ones. This single habit, costing nothing, extends engine life more than any additive or treatment ever could. If you found this helpful, make sure you watch our previous video on how to make your BMW last over 500,000 miles without any major repairs. It covers the foundation, and this video builds on it. And if you're serious about long-term BMW ownership, hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started.